Welcome back to STBM Chicago. Our teacher is Bill Andrews. I am your narrator for today's teaching. Let's go. Have you ever pondered on the significance of community in your walk? This question may seem simple, but it has the power to stimulate profound contemplation. Let's consider the role that community plays in our spiritual walk today. In life, we are not islands, but interconnected beings, birthed into a shared experience and collective of wisdom. Our journey is not meant to be a solitary one. Instead, it's a shared experience, a voyage, where each individual's growth contributes to those in your life. The main plot of our discussion today is the importance of community growth, a topic that is as old as humanity, yet as relevant as ever. This may challenge your perspectives, ignite your curiosity, and perhaps even inspire a deeper connection with your community. So buckle up. It's time to delve deeper into how community shapes our lives. Imagine a lone traveler seeking spiritual enlightenment. In a world overflowing with complexities and distractions, one brave soul ventured forth, yearning for something more profound, something that could bring meaning to their existence. This is the tale of a seeker, a solitary figure, navigating the labyrinth of spirituality, guided only by the beacon of their own intuition. Our seeker was not unlike you or me, grappling with the same questions that have puzzled humanity since the dawn of time. Who am I? What is my purpose? How can I connect with something greater than myself? The desire to unearth these answers led our seeker on an arduous path, a path littered with trials and tribulations. Without a community to share their experiences, the seeker found themselves lost in a sea of confusion. Every revelation felt hollow, every insight unsatisfying. The weight of solitude began to take its toll, causing them to question their own findings. Am I on the right path, they wondered, or am I merely deluding myself? As days turned into nights, and nights into days, the seeker's enthusiasm began to wane. Their once brightly burning passion was now a mere flicker in the vast expanse of their solitude. They felt adrift, disconnected from the world around them, their spiritual journey seeming more like a solitary confinement than a path to enlightenment. The challenges seemed insurmountable, the path too labyrinthine, the solitude too overwhelming. It was in this moment of despair that a realization dawned upon our seeker. Perhaps they had been missing a crucial element all along. Perhaps the path to spiritual enlightenment was not meant to be walked alone. Perhaps they needed others to share in their joys, their sorrows, their discoveries, and their doubts. In their solitude, the seeker had overlooked the inherent human need for connection, for community. They realized that spirituality was not just about individual enlightenment, but also about forging bonds, about learning from others, about growing together. And so our traveler realized perhaps the journey wasn't meant to be taken alone. Now imagine our traveler finds a community, a group of like-minded seekers. Suddenly, the journey is no longer a solitary endeavor. The traveler, once alone, now walks alongside others, each seeking their own path to spiritual growth. They share the road, their journeys intertwining, their stories becoming a shared narrative of discovery and enlightenment. In this community of seekers, shared experiences become a powerful tool for growth. Each person's experiences, their successes, their struggles, their insights, all become part of a collective pool of wisdom. The traveler, once reliant on their own limited knowledge, now has access to a wealth of understanding that far exceeds their own. Each shared story, each shared insight serves to illuminate their path, making the journey less daunting, more enlightening. But the power of community goes beyond shared wisdom. There's also the strength of mutual support, the shared understanding that comes from walking a similar path, the empathy that arises from shared struggles, the encouragement that comes from shared victories. These create a support system, a safety net. When the traveler stumbles, there are hands to lift them up. When they're lost, there are voices to guide them back to the path. When they triumph, there are voices to celebrate with them. Additionally, the community provides an environment for the traveler to practice and cultivate their spiritual values. Kindness, compassion, understanding, patience, these are not just abstract concepts, but lived experiences within the community. They are practiced daily, honed and refined through interactions with others. In the community, the traveler's spiritual journey takes on new dimensions. It becomes a shared journey, a collective endeavor. It is no longer just about their personal growth, but about the growth of the community as a whole. Their victories are the community's victories. Their growth, the community's growth. With the community, the traveler's spiritual journey transformed, becoming richer and more profound. Opening, the Torah, the sacred text of the Jewish faith, emphasizes the importance of community. The Torah's wisdom transcends time and forms the bedrock of Jewish faith and spirituality. At its heart, it champions the essence of community, emphasizing how our individual spiritual journeys are intimately connected with those around us. The Torah presents a vision of a society where individuals are inextricably linked, not just by faith, but by a shared commitment to mutual support and growth. It guides us to see ourselves as part of a larger whole, where each individual's actions have a ripple effect, influencing not only their own spiritual journey, but those of others as well. This concept is beautifully encapsulated in Leviticus. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. Here, the Torah instructs us to extend the same care and concern we have for ourselves to our community members. It emphasizes empathy, kindness, and mutual respect, fostering an environment where spiritual growth can flourish. Further, the Torah encourages us to harness the power of community in our quest for spiritual growth. It promotes the idea of collective responsibility, or arvut, where each individual is responsible for the spiritual welfare of others. This sense of shared responsibility creates a community where people uplift each other, fostering an atmosphere of collective spiritual growth. The Talmud, a central text in Rabbinic Judaism, further elaborates on the Torah's guidance, stating, Kol Yisrael arvim zeh bazeh, which translates to, all of Israel are responsible for one another. This powerful statement underscores the Torah's vision of a supportive, interconnected community. Moreover, the Torah promotes the idea of tikkun olam, or repairing the world, which encourages us to play an active role in improving our communities. Through tikkun olam, we're guided to bring about positive change, fostering an environment where everyone can grow spiritually. Closing, the Torah guides us to understand that our spiritual growth is intertwined with our community. In essence, the Torah's teachings on community illuminate our path to spiritual growth. It reminds us that we're not solitary travelers, but part of a vibrant, interconnected community, journeying together towards spiritual enlightenment. So, how do we build and nurture these vital communities? Well, the first step is to establish shared values. Shared values are the bedrock of any thriving community. They create a sense of unity, a common purpose that binds us together. Whether it's a commitment to kindness, respect, or the pursuit of spiritual growth, these shared values become the compass that guides our interactions with one another. Next, we must cultivate mutual respect. In the Torah, the Golden Rule tells us to love our neighbor as ourselves. This isn't just about being polite. It's about acknowledging the inherent worth and dignity of every person. It's about understanding that each of us has something valuable to contribute, and that our differences can make us stronger. In nurturing a community, open communication is key. It's through open and honest dialogue that we can understand and empathize with one another's perspectives. It's through this dialogue that we can navigate disagreements in a way that strengthens rather than divides our community. But of course, building and nurturing a community is not a one-time effort. It's an ongoing process, a journey that requires patience, commitment, and yes, even a bit of courage. It requires us to step outside of our comfort zones, to reach out to others, to listen, to learn, and to grow. And as we walk this journey together, as we share in one another's joys and sorrows, successes and failures, we find that our community becomes more than just a group of people. It becomes a family, a home, a place where we can be our authentic selves and know that we are loved and accepted just as we are. And in this nurturing environment, our spiritual growth flourishes. We learn from one another, we challenge one another, we inspire one another, and most importantly, we support one another in our shared journey towards spiritual fulfillment. The community, when nurtured, becomes a fertile ground for spiritual growth. In our journey of spiritual growth, community plays a pivotal role. As we've discussed, the power of a question can spark the most profound spiritual quests, leading us to seek deeper understandings. We've seen how the story of a seeker is often intertwined with the story of a community. We've explored the power of community, its ability to create a space where individuals can grow, learn, and evolve together. We've delved into the Torah's guidance on community, its teachings that emphasize love, kindness, and mutual respect. We've seen how building and nurturing communities is a commitment, a labor of love that requires patience, understanding, and a deep respect for the sanctity of every individual. In essence, our spiritual growth is inextricably linked to the growth of our community. As we grow, we help our community grow, and as our community grows, we grow with it. Remember, growth isn't a solitary experience, but a shared adventure.
Whether you choose to visit our YouTube page for enlightening resources or join us in person at our welcoming space at 5237 West Diversey Avenue in Chicago, we are here for you. It's time to discover what you've been missing.